Hey everyone! Before we open today's file, please make sure to follow us on Instagram at d.s.radio, where you can find all the images that go along with today's case. You can drop us an email at contact.dsradio@gmail.com. You can find all of our socials in the Linktree bio on our Instagram profile, including links to merch. If you're feeling especially generous, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dystopian simulation radio, where you can get access to our exclusive Instagram page and make suggestions for upcoming episode topics that you would like us to cover. Speaking of Patreon, thanks to our Patreons, Riff Cult, Cropley Crab, Cash Broadus, Raspberry Jr., Jason R. Nelson, Creepy Paper, Jamie Sook, Michael Laughlin, Lindsay Keller, Mike Wright, Greer Weaver, Kelsey Carruthers, Linz Gibbon, Drake Holvig, Only Child, Michael M, Wesley Akers, Riaz K, Emily Medeiros, Pip, Heather Wynn, Graves, Devon Sweatshirt, The Ordained Sinister Minister, and Philip Hoffman. Hi everyone, and welcome to Dystopian Simulation Radio. I'm your host Linz, and
I'm your other host today, Michael 8 from Septembryo.
Ooh, Michael 8, and left no crumbs. So, today Chris cannot join us because his mic kamikazed and is no longer with us, but I heard that he got a new one, so yeah, we will be back with you next time. But for today, we have Septembryo, who you may know from the Christmas Paranormal Quiz and also the Sleep Paralysis and Hatman episode, which was really fun. If you haven't heard those, go back and listen. So as usual, all the visuals for this will be at our Instagram at d.s.radio. And without any further ado, let's start, Michael, unless you want to plug your socials.
Septembryo is not a real word, so if you Google Septembryo, you'll find me. Like you guys, I live on Instagram, so if you want to connect with me, that's the best place to reach me. But I'm also kind of everywhere, except for TikTok. I think I'm too old. I can't.
It just doesn't feel right, does it, starting a TikTok account? And also, you can reach Michael telepathically. You can also astroplane into his room at night and stare at him from over his bed.
I never gave consent for that.
They never do.
No. All astral guests are uninvited.
Okay, that's fair enough. I should probably say that too. Don't astroplane into my room either. But Michael, I hear that you have a very interesting topic for us today. I don't know what it is, but I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah, I've been keeping it secret. This one's close to my heart, this case.
Oh God.
And I wanted to present it to you because the thing is, I'm a true believer. Right?
Okay.
And so I listen to all these cases, and no matter how ridiculous they are, I just take it in. You know?
You're like, yes, this is true.
So I need to present it to you, and I need you to bring your skeptical mind to this.
Okay.
And maybe try to poke some holes in the case if you can. I mean, this is a solid case. This case is the Stan Romanek case, and it's known as the most documented case of alien abduction of all time. It's got over 195 documented incidents to his name, including photos, video, audio recording, documents. He's been documenting everything for, I think, close to 2 decades.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot to dive into. So before we dive into the mountain of evidence, let's lay some basic information down for anyone who's not familiar with Stan Romanek. Stanley Tiger Romanek
Wait.
was born to a military family. That's right. Yep. I'm sorry, Linz. Are you going to attack his name and not the evidence?
Look, Tiger. I mean, it's a good name. Not one you hear often.
I would like to point out that his middle name, yes, it may be Tiger, but it's not Lion, which means he's
He
not
ain't
lying
lying.
about this case. It's Tiger with a capital T. You know what else starts with T? The
Terrestrial.
truth.
Oh. I really tried.
So Stanley Tiger Romanek was born to a military family in 1962. He claims to have been abducted by aliens, implanted with alien technology, sustained multiple injuries, communicates telepathically with them, but also by super long distance phone calls, and even claims to have fathered multiple alien hybrid children. List goes on, but let's get into the good stuff.
Wait, you can't just say let's get into the good stuff. Long distance phone calls?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So he's most famous for what's known as the alien boo videos. He's got home footage of the aliens visiting his house, and I think it speaks for everything. So we're just gonna get that out of the way. I'm gonna send you his viral video.
Alien boo.
Alien boo. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Boo is in like girlfriend or is in like ghost screaming?
Well, I mean, he gets around, so it could be both. But I think it's more like because the alien kind of does this peekaboo thing.
Ah, okay.
Here is the first video, and as you watch, can you please describe what you're seeing?
I will certainly try and not be distracted. Oh, okay. So I haven't clicked play yet, but I see a room, kind of zoomed in, cropped, a window and a painting. I'm guessing that this is going to scare me, but here we go. Let's play. Okay, shaky camera. Not focusing on anything in particular. Don't know what he's filming with, but he's struggling. We're looking at the window. I'm scared. Oh my god, I'm scared.
Okay. Just gonna keep it rolling there.
He's gonna keep it rolling. Oh, he has jumped into the shot, cupping his hands around his face and looking out of this window, which is black. It's nighttime. Lovely facial hair, V-neck t-shirt.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Did he say I'm gonna go to bed? Did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did. Okay. And we're just looking at the window. I think he's going to go outside and put his face up against it personally. So we're just staring at this window, cameras rolling. Got some unnerving static noise going on in the background. Mm-hmm. I'm scared. Nothing's happening. Oh. Oh my god! There it is. Yeah, boo! Oh, that is adorable!
It's so cute.
Isn't it? And he kind of blinks one eye fast. Oh, okay. The way that, like, there's a little alien head popped up, a little grey, just kind of above where the nose would be. But the way that he slips back down out of the shot is very, like, CGI. Oh, here it comes again. Okay. Okay. Oh, now he rushes back into the frame. Oh, he does a little... You know when cats get scared and they do that jump?
He
does one of
the
those.
cat hop.
Yeah, he does the
That's
cat
a
hop.
good way to describe it.
Okay, I think I covered everything that happened in that video. It looked
That's
a
awesome.
little bit real before it kind of slips out of the shot, like behind the window, and then it just looks too fluid. So I'm going to go with a little bit of a video editing there. That's what I'm going to say.
So I probably should have provided a little bit of backstory for it, but it's interesting because what Stan claims is that they were peeping toms outside his house. Or what he thought were peeping toms outside his house, trying to look at his daughter, right? Now,
okay.
If you're a parent and you believe peeping toms are outside your house, what are you gonna do?
Probably hide in the hedge with a baseball bat.
right? Or call the police or some kind of,
Oh yeah,
offensive.
that too.
But no, not my man Stan here. He just sets up a camera and says, "Well, I'm going to bed now."
Yeah, and it was I don't know, bad acting, or maybe he was like nervous because it's quite an unnatural thing to do, just film your own back staring out of a window going, "Well, going to bed now." Unless he thought the
Well.
peeping Toms were going to hear him say, "I'm going to bed now." It's fake step, fake step, fake step.
All right. I can catch a little hint of skepticism there. I can see you're not
just
convinced.
just a pinch.
So I'm gonna send you the next video,
Okay.
and it's prepare to have your mind blown again.
Even more than it just was.
This one's better, I swear.
Is there a title for this one?
Yeah, it doesn't have a catchy title like Alien Boo, but it's basically the same thing.
Okay, right. So before I click play on this, it's March 5th, 2005, maybe?
Yeah.
And this is like a grainy, it looks like it's going to be grainy as fuck video.
All the good ones are. They have to
True.
be grainy. If you catch a clean video of an alien, you got to put a filter on it, or no one's going to take it seriously.
That's that 8mm filter from Instagram. But yes, we're looking out into the street. It's all hazy and it's nighttime again. There's a lone street lamp. Let's go into it. Ooh. What does it say? Grandpa Grey and bright flashes of light woke up on kitchen floor at 1:36 a.m. Ooh. Oh, we're inside the kitchen. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
what is that? Holy shit.
Oh, okay. So we've got some great acting here. Alien slips into the scene and he's like, "Oh my gosh, holy shit. What is it doing?"
Oh
it's
my
not doing
gosh.
anything, it's just peeking.
Oh my god.
So, okay.
I love his use of the word frick. What the frick is it doing? What the frick?
Let's continue here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Points the camera on the wall. Oh,
The opposite way.
yeah, we're at the window. Okay. We're shaking around. Oh, this is exciting.
I can't
We're looking
see
at
it
the
anymore.
fridge
Where'd it
just
go?
in case. Ah, the window.
I can't believe that. I can't believe what I just
I can't see it
saw.
anymore. Where did it
Oh
go?
my god.
He's gone.
That's amazing.
Oh, okay. So he's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing. We'll put some actual audio in here for you guys because his voice is
Yeah.
just so shrill and high pitched." He's just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. What I just saw."
What the frick?
Yeah.
Oh my frickin' frick. I love that you mentioned his acting abilities.
Come on.
Because I will say this. They are terrible, which is why I think he must be telling the truth, because no one would give a performance that's so unnatural. Oh my, I just woke up and I have no idea what's going on. Oh well. Ah, what is that?
It's just
well.
so unnatural. He's like, "I just woke up. Oh my gosh, what is that?" And then the camera's swinging around like the wall in the fridge, and you're like, I don't know,
Right,
maybe
yeah,
point it back at the window.
He's aimed at the alien is peeking around the wall by the stairs or something, and then he's like, "Where did it go?" And then goes in the opposite direction. It's like, how did he? No wonder you lost him, but
Oh god, these are amazing. When you guys see them, you're gonna feel what I felt.
Now you may be forgiven for thinking these aliens look like puppet heads on a stick,
Yes.
because you never get to see the full body.
No, and it's
Like
just
when
2D.
you're a kid and you wonder why you never see Kermit the Frog's feet. But Stan makes the claim that in order to recreate these videos, it would take a Hollywood special effects team and like a budget of like $80,000 to do it. But Brian Bonner from Rocky Mountain Paranormal recreated these videos, and I guess he says they only cost him like $200.
Michael,
And
I think I could recreate those videos with like $2. Seriously. I could paint a grey alien's head, put it on a lollipop stick, stand outside in the dark and wave it around, and I would get exactly the same video.
Well, you could do that, but that would be offensive to the aliens. So
$200 is like way above estimate.
So Brian Bonner created the video, but so there's people that say they can see blinks. I'm not sure you can see blinks in the video, or if it's just so pixely that it looks like there's movement where there are none. But
I can see blinks. I can. one alien eye blinks faster or slower than the other one, which tends to follow.
He's got a twitch in his eye.
Yeah.
But so he went ahead and added some CGI blinks to it, and their video looks much better. I might send that to you later. I wanted to stick to the Stan stuff, but the funny thing about Brian's video is that it often gets cited as the original, and Stan even made an appearance on CNN, and they played the hoax video, not the real one, not the authentic Stanley Tiger Romanek special.
They were like, that looks like shit. Play the good one.
But, you know, in Stan's defense, Brian is clearly a secret government agent. So that's what Stan has come out and said.
Oh, Stan.
Stan. In my view, I feel like when it comes to anyone who has extraordinary claims, you kind of want to take a look at, like, the rest of their life. Are they making other claims that are kind of out of this world? Because people who have a tendency to do that, this is not going to be the first time they've done it, you know? So I was looking into Stan's history, and you know what? It kind of checks out. He was talking about his life growing up, and it sounds pretty normal to me. I'm going to send you an excerpt for you to read of Stan describing his childhood.
Why do I not believe you that it's going to be no... Sorry.
And I will also...
My eyes just scanned what Michael has just sent me.
I'm going to send you a photo to go along with it.
Okay.
For you to... You can describe Stan in the photo first and then read the excerpt if you like.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Right. This is amazing. Okay. Oh. Okay. Do you want me to read the caption that comes along with the picture too?
Yes, you can. It's from Wikipedia.
So, Stanley Tiger Romanek was born December 1st, 1962. Is an American author, con artist, and convicted sex offender.
We'll get to that later.
Do we have to, Michael?
We have to. Okay,
so let's describe him. If an owl, you know animorphs, when they morph into like an animal and then he looks like a man in the middle animorph evolving stage of like man to owl. He's a white guy with a greyed hair that's still kind of like it's grey at the roots, but it's black on the tips. I assumed he's been dyeing it. Just for men on the beard there as well. Dark eyes, kind of piercing, just black, absolute shark eyes, and a nice blue, baby blue, checky shirt. Lovely. And
I would say emphasis on the white guy part for sure. He looks like your high school counselor.
We didn't have those. They just let us suffer.
Hey man, what the frick is wrong? What's bothering you? Come into my office and we can rap about it. What the frick?
We have nothing like that in the UK. It's like, you're suffering, go home. Forget about it. But yeah, this guy, he looks, oh my gosh, no.
Well,
there's something wrong and you can't decide why. Okay, let's read this little excerpt here. So, Stan says, you know, I had gang members around me all the time because of the neighborhood we lived in. The Crips on one side and the Bloods on the other. They were constantly fighting amongst themselves, and I would have stab wounds because I was always caught in the crossfire. Were they throwing daggers at each other from across the street? Sorry.
They were poor. They couldn't afford bullets.
True.
You know?
So, they used to pick on me a lot because I was the only white kid, and I had to learn to fight because of it. Everyone beat me up, so I started beating everyone else up, including the principal of the high school I went to. So it wasn't good. I was kind of a punk.
I appreciate you reading that with attitude.
Yeah, you have to. But
that's good.
Yeah. I can't imagine this from the picture. I cannot, and the voice. I'm like, oh my god, what's that? Like, imagine being beaten up by that guy. The Bloods
and beating
and the
up your
Crips.
principal.
And the principal.
That's hardcore. I can't believe the high school counselor beat up the high school principal. Now I'm going to trust him with all my secrets.
That just broke a memory for me, actually. In primary school, I went to Catholic schools. And in primary school, one of the other students started trying to punch this one particularly evil nun. And she held up the Bible in defense, both testaments, and he was like, whack, whack, whack on the Bible.
Oh my God. That's not what they mean when they say you better hit the books, you know?
Well, it is where I came from. You know, I lived between the Crips and the Bloods on...
Well, I appreciate Stan being so open and honest about his childhood. Even though it can't be proven, there's people have searched into his history, they can't find any verification. The idea is because he was in a military family, his family moved around a lot, but he claims that the majority of his life was spent in the hood, which is good because that gives him street cred because he also has an album out.
Shit, yeah, okay, I'm believing this now. You don't just make an album for no reason.
Exactly, especially not an album of indigenous flute music.
Oh, okay. I was thinking he had a rap career, but yeah, you're right.
I maybe time will see. I mean, he's spent time in prison now, so like it's only a matter of time.
You're right. Yeah, this is adding up for me. I'm like, you brought me in to be skeptical, but I don't know, Michael. I think I might be with you on this so far.
This was the thing that I was telling you before we recorded. I was like, there's one thing that I'm trying to track down. And if I can find it, it's going to be the Holy Grail.
Oh, shit.
And it was his album because I wanted to play it, but I cannot find it. Like, I don't know if he only put it up on MySpace or what. Or if he only sells, like, CDs of it.
Does he still have CDs in stock? I'm assuming he's alive.
Apparently. I was reading, like, on Reddit, there was people that said that they met him at, like, one of the, like, paranormal cons, and he was, like, selling his flute music there.
On a floppy disk.
On a floppy disk. But if anybody listening has better like investigation skills than me, and that includes you, Linz, if you can find it, the name is Medicine Wind by Stan Romanek. If anyone can track this down, I would love to hear it and maybe remix it into a rap album, make his beats for him.
You know I'm gonna find it. You know I'm gonna find it.
I'm so counting on it, but I couldn't ask you to find it without spoiling what the case was. So, but again, the extremely white guy plays indigenous flute music straight out of Compton. So there we are.
What the
How can
fuck?
this get more legit?
Too legit to quit.
Even though Stan claims to have telepathic contact with his abductors, Stan has had phone calls made to his house from them. And even though he claims that they are monitoring him at all times, for some reason, they just can't seem to catch him while he's home. So they keep leaving him... They keep leaving voice messages. Which is like, I've wanted to have contact with aliens so bad. Haven't been that lucky, but I never check my voicemail. Nobody uses voicemail, so maybe that's why.
You know what? Maybe when they call him, he picks up and he goes, "Oh my God, who is this? How can it be?" So they like, when he's out, let's just leave him a fucking voice message so we can get this message across.
I don't want to talk to this guy live. Let's just leave a message.
You must have people in your life like that where you're like, I can't get them on the phone. I will never get off the phone. I'm going to leave a message.
Yes. So let's take a listen to one of the voicemail messages left for Stan.
Oh, you are kidding me. This is amazing. All right.
Receive urgent message. I apologize for being so forward. It did not take us long to get your phone numbers. Our surveillance is mostly for passive monitoring, but it does come in handy. I cannot tell you who I am for safety reasons, but I can tell you that your perceptions of Stan Romanek and his experiences are real. As you have probably noticed, Stan is slightly different. The way he thinks, the way he perceives the world seems to be a little more advanced than usual. The interesting thing is that Stan has no idea who he really is.
So, what we've just heard is what appears to be Queen Elizabeth leaving a voice message to Stan about Stan as if Stan is in the third person.
It's a little weird. Robotic Queen Elizabeth speaks in strange ways, but, we'll go with it.
Yeah, so that's meant to be one of the aliens, then.
I assume. Now, see, I know my man Stan couldn't be the one behind these voice messages because they're just so complimentary of him, and that would just be tacky, you know?
They're like, he is very highly intelligent, more than the average man, very good looking, great beard.
Starseed, you are not like other humans. Your cock is much larger than most of your species.
Michael!
And we would like to make space babies with you. All the space bitches want to blow on your indigenous flute.
Michael, you can't say things like that with me on the line. Oh my gosh, Stan. Why?
So nice of them. So complimentary.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice message to get from the aliens, isn't it?
They're so kind. You know, they abduct you without your permission, but, you know, they're flattering, so it's cool.
So this message was left to Stan?
Yeah, I think it was left to his house for, like, his family to hear. So.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, if this is his personal answer machine, if you picked it up and someone was going, Linz is so intelligent, way more than the average, I'd be like, am I meant to be hearing this? Or was this for someone else about me? But okay, so...
I think I'm supposed to fall asleep listening to these messages and they'll be very affirming for my subconscious.
Yeah. He just has them on his iPod.
More evidence, Linz, because there is so much, in this case, is so convincing, and you will be a believer.
Well, I'm halfway there.
So,
you're doing a good job.
Well, like a lot of abductees, Stan has undergone hypnotic regression to retrieve some of his lost memories, and he's been taken over by some sort of entity during hypnosis.
Ooh.
And this entity has written several equations, some of which have never been written before, and they're baffling the scientific community.
Because they're just bullshit.
Well, they're mostly baffled because they're like, yeah, we know what these equations are. This is nothing new. We've known about this for years. Now, I can sense skepticism again. But, you know, one of Stan's equations actually had never been written before. Have you heard of the Drake equation?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not how Drake calculates his royalties from Spotify streams.
I was going to make a Drake joke.
But it's Frank Drake's equation of how he calculates how much life there could be in the universe just based on number of stars, number of planets, and so on. Well, basically, Stan wrote that exact equation with a times 100 at the end. So this is super advanced stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh. They never wrote that one before. That's like a kid being like, times infinity, you know?
Yeah.
By the way, this might be a good time to announce that I'm writing a book. It's basically The Great Gatsby word for word, but at the very last page I write, then he woke up and realized it was all just a dream. So I'm an author.
No, at the end you just write skiddly bee boobop. And you're like, yep.
Yep. All the authors are baffled at my talent.
It's art, really.
Are you ready for more video evidence, Linz?
Hell yeah. I thought you would never ask.
Okay, so after an abduction, Stan wakes up outside his house with a bloody nose and no memory of what happened the night before. You know, kind of like my Saturday, but...
Yeah, I was about to say, you had a very heavy Saturday, didn't you?
I did.
Judging by the Instagram messages I got.
Okay, so I don't drink much, but it was my buddy's 40th birthday. And so obviously I drank quite a bit. And I don't get many opportunities to send drunk texts. So I have figured, hey, Linz is awake because there's an 8-hour difference. I'm going to send her a drunk text. Except I didn't know what to write, so I literally just wrote drunk text.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no. But I was nice enough to tell you to stop talking to me, just in case you said something weird.
Oh, man.
Not that you don't say weird things to me on a daily basis, but, you know.
Yeah, it makes no difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if you were drunk or not.
So after waking up Stan checks his security camera footage, and you will not believe what he captured.
An alien popping its head up and blinking slightly.
No, we're not good. Those are his greatest hits, and they're overplayed. This is something new.
All right, B-side. Oh, okay. Outside. We're outside. Very blurry. Black and white. Don't know what I'm looking at. Oh, trees. Oh, it's... He's in his garden. There's torchlight going around. Oh, was that it?
A torchlight going around.
I thought it was going to illuminate some nefarious figure or something.
Can I just say, I love how advanced the alien technology is, that they have figured out how to disguise their UFO from light years, in advance up to look like a flashlight just shining from the second story window.
Is that meant to be a UFO?
That's what Stan says.
Oh, I'm going to watch it again. I didn't absorb it enough, it seems.
It's not a flashlight just shining out the second story window. It's a UFO.
Ooh. Oh my God. That's a flashlight. You can even see it's a cheap flashlight because the plastic is kind of warped.
But how did the aliens make their UFO from like 100 feet up in the air look like a flashlight from just 2 stories up? It's baffling, these aliens.
They're so advanced.
Well,
They're so advanced.
He also got footage of orbs flying through his house. So check this out.
Oh my gosh. Because everyone in history hasn't got a picture of orbs before. Here we go. Ooh, we're back inside. Oh, some scary music to go with them. Oh, hey, this is the best video so far. What is that edit at the end? So at the end, there's this edit of him. Stan is sitting there in a t-shirt that says, "I'm lost, take me home," which is either a t-shirt drunk people like or a t-shirt people who get abducted by aliens like. Sorry, I'm just looking at him. I'm trying to see what he has on his shelf. He has a little cactus behind him. I don't know what that is. A little man on a bicycle. Little ornament there. And then there's this strange edit where there's 2 pictures of him and his head's been cut off in both of them. And, yeah.
And the orb's just kind of going across his chest or something. He looks so confused.
But it is quite a nice orb. It's yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to describe the bewildered look he has on his face. Like, again, it is like such bad acting. Like come on, it's so stupid. He's like, huh? And there's an orb floating by.
He kind of looks scared that like whoever is pointing the laser pointer is gonna shine it in his eye.
Yeah, honestly,
remember,
this guy
don't shine it in my eyes, please.
Huh? And the little orb just kind of floats by.
Now, I know that too many laymen who are not well versed in the paranormal, such as myself, might think that it does look like a laser pointer. And that's why they're amateurs, and I'm the expert. You need an expert. Some people have aliens running around their house, and they don't even know, but the cats know. And that's why they're always trying to catch that red dot. So for anyone that doesn't know, there's a documentary on Netflix called Extraordinary, the Stan Romanek story. And that's how I came across it years ago. The documentary is fully in his favor, and they play it straight, which makes it the best comedy ever.
Is it still on Netflix?
I think they took it off, but in Canada, it might be available elsewhere, but we have found that it's available to rent on YouTube and a few other sites. So
hell yeah.
When you're done listening to this, definitely go check it out because we haven't even scratched the surface. There's so much more in it, and it's amazing.
I can tell because you have not got to the sex offender part yet. Not that it's funny that he's a sex offender. It's just like, there's more. There's more.
It kind of is.
No.
Well, I know you're not impressed so far with this evidence, but
I am, but in a completely different way.
Well, his videos are so highly regarded. They landed him a spot on Larry King Live.
Ooh.
And there was a guy with him by the name of Jeff Peckman, who is the co-founder of the ET Commission in Denver, and he was actually running for mayor. And one of his goals as a mayor was to train the police force on how to deal with aliens when they come, which I think is great. I mean, we can't just expect the Avengers to show up every time, so it's a great plan, which is why he ended up getting 70% of the votes.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. It's 0.7% of the votes.
To be honest, even that's impressive.
In 2008, he appeared on CNN again. He talked about his alien implants, which he had removed, which is hard evidence, Linz. This is the good stuff. And CNN even offered to have the implants tested.
No.
But when they asked Stan, he seemed to have lost them.
Fuck. I really got my hopes up. I went through all the emotions. Like, I've been waiting for ages just to see someone get these freaking alien implants removed and examined.
So at some point, Stan took a lie detector test, and he failed. Specifically, the question, is the alien boo video a hoax? Now, Stan claims he has a medical condition that made him fail the test. Linz,
okay.
Can you think of a medical condition that could be responsible for failing lie detectors?
Compulsive lying?
Well, don't feel too bad if you can't think of one, because he couldn't either. He never specified what that condition was. He was literally just like, oh, frick, I have a condition that makes me fail lie detectors. I have an honesty deficiency.
Yeah. It's like, oh, really? What's your condition? Anyways.
Now, every good story has a romance plot line, and this one's no exception. So I'm very excited to dive into this. In 2008, Stan met his wife at a UFO convention. Her name is Victoria, and it's just
Queen Victoria.
Super romantic.
She left the
It was the
voicemails.
Queen calling.
It's all coming together.
It's just so romantic, and honestly, I'm really happy for them.
Oh.
It's like, out of all the chaos in Stan's life, with the laser pointers and flashlights,
Yeah.
being abducted by poorly made puppets, I'm glad that something good came out of it, It seemed like, it's really worked out for them.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Stan's Earth wife, on the other hand,
Oh,
it's
for
not so good
fuck's
for her.
sakes.
So I'm gonna send you a photo of his space wife.
Oh God! If you guys haven't heard the David Huggins episode where he dated a space wife called Crescent, that Chris found attractive because he thought she looked like a Japanese wrestler that he likes, which didn't make it into the episode, but as a punishment for breaking his mic, that's in this one now. All right. So let's take a look.
I think Chris clearly has a mask fetish, because everything else about those aliens look completely human, and then there's alien face. So, yeah, masks aren't that weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He does like masked wrestlers. So maybe he's just wishful thinking for Chris. I don't know.
So
all right.
Here's a photo of his
Stan's
space wife, if you want to describe her.
All right. Here we... Did you send me the right picture?
I sure did. Oh, I'm sorry.
Like,
I sent you the wrong photo. That's actually his regular wife. This is...
Oh, okay.
That's what his Earth wife looks like. If you want to describe that, I'll get the space wife photo.
Okay. So she's a white lady with a short kind of... I don't want to offend anyone. Grandma-ish hair, but it's brown.
There you go. You just offended the grandmas.
I'm sorry. If someone has a... Anyway, you'll know what I mean if you see it. Kind of a bit 80s looking. And
Very 80s looking.
Yeah, she's a...
She kind of looks like Billy Idol.
No, she does not.
Billy
look
Idol
like
is very
Billy
attractive.
Idol.
But now I know some of you listening are like, his space wife is going to be considerably more attractive, and that's just not true. That's just not true. Here's a photo of her, Linz.
Okay. What? Is this not the same woman with long hair? What am I looking at? Is this not the same woman?
No, this is not the same woman.
It looks looks like the same woman.
Does it
with a
look the
wig.
same? Well, I mean,
think so.
I can spot a few differences. I mean, because I know that this wife is definitely from space because her rack is out of this world. But
Michael, you
I'm
can't
just,
say that.
I'm just saying, Stan is an honorable person who just happens to be in a complicated space triangle, and he would never just pick up a chick at a UFO convention.
Hold on. Look at, like, okay, they do look similar. This lady,
They have similar 80s makeup going.
okay, yeah, they have exactly the same lipstick color. They have kind of the same eyes. Yeah, you're right. It's just the makeup.
They both got extremely white 80s makeup.
Yes, I'm not sure it's the best picture of his Earth wife, to be fair.
Well,
I
she's
think we could
featured a
do
lot
better.
in the documentary.
But yes, this lady. Okay, you're right. It's a different lady, but they look kind of similar to me. We'll put up a poll, and we'll see.
Stan has a type.
Yeah, he definitely does. Brunettes with blue eyes, seemingly, and very nice boobs.
Very out of this world.
Out of this world.
Now, a little background history on them. So, early on, Stan made a claim that he woke up from an abduction, again outside, has a history of that, but he was wearing a woman's nightgown. Now, originally he claimed that the nightgown belonged to famous abductee from the 60s, Betty Hill.
Oh, right.
But later he said, no, this was his space wife's nightgown. This was after they met.
Wait.
And so they had experienced a lot of abductions together. And so they have a lot of history. Now, I'm going to send you an excerpt from Stan's Earthwife describing the situation. And I would just like you to read what she has to say.
Oh, hell yeah. When he found Victoria, that was really, really hard for me to deal with because I knew she was real. I knew she existed, and in some ways, I prayed that he never found her. For 6 years, I worried what would happen to me as his wife, and then when it happened, all my fears started to materialize. It was like this new courtship. It reminded me very much of when Stan and I met. The hours of conversations, and they had a connection via 7 children that I didn't have. Victoria and I had some rough spots where my jealousy and my anger was very evident. The two of them would disappear and I would flip out. I mean, I would just be furious. And then I started understanding. Not liking it, obviously, but understanding. And here's two people together in these terrifying experiences, and they needed each other to figure out what had happened. I just wanted them to do it around everybody else. I'm not so closed off, so my jealousy wasn't crazy.
Stan's wife is really cool. She's pretty cool, you know? And
she's a cool wife.
I think she's a cool wife, you know? Like when you get a catch like Stan, you know, a guy who doesn't even, you know, use the F word, he just says frick.
True.
But he's straight out of Compton.
He's a one-off.
He has an indigenous flute album. Like, you don't let that one go.
True, where are you going to find another Stan? You're just not.
Right. And even, you know, even if your partner is like, there's only one person on this earth for me, there's still space wives. So go Stan.
Is there space husbands?
I imagine.
That might be the Nordics.
Yeah, the Nordics. Oh, damn, they're hot.
Yeah, I know. I mean...
But, you know, Stan, he's got him beat, you know, because the alien bitches are coming to him.
Yeah. I mean, they seem to be going to everyone. They went to David Huggins. I think they go to those in need. That's what I think.
Yeah. Kids that grew up in the hood, right?
Yeah. You know, like just people who live on rural farmlands and people who grew up in between the Crips and the Bloods. Just people who need them.
All right. Linz, I'm going to send you my favorite piece of evidence in this entire case.
All right.
And this is not included in the documentary, probably for good reason. But Stan went on to the Peter Maxwell Slattery show. And in the middle of the interview, some spooky poltergeist activity starts happening around him. And you get to see it.
Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a webcam kind of show. Okay. Oh, okay. Something has fallen from the shelf. I think there's a cat on top of his shelf just knocking things onto his head. Okay, you say poltergeist, Michael, but I think it feels like someone is just dropping small trinkets on Stan's receding hairline.
Well, if you watch the video again, there's actually, it zooms in and you can see his thumb in the corner of the screen like flick a pen.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like he's just flicking things onto himself.
Yes, you can see his hand if you...
You can clearly see his hand in the corner of the screen just being flick and then him being like, what? Like the same dumbfounded look he had when the laser pointer was going across him. He just does not know what's going on.
Oh, he obviously thought that his camera wasn't that low. I'm going to replay that again for myself. But it's a really good flick because, okay, so he's flicked it back towards himself to kind of land on his head, which isn't easy to do, so he's practiced that. And then he sort of goes, huh? And he turns around in his swivel chair and looks behind him in the direction of a statue of an angel and a lava lamp and goes, huh?
It must have been the angel.
Yeah.
So obviously, this got a lot of attention online. A lot of people pointed that out. So a year later, Stan comes back on the show and admits that he faked the event, but only because the government forced him so he would lose his credibility. which is actually a genius move because let's say you're a government spook and you want to cover this whole UFO thing up, but Stan just has the best evidence, so you got to do something fast, right? And you go to his place and you're holding him at gunpoint and you're like, now go online and tell everyone everything you said is a lie. If somebody does a 360 like that, you're going to be suspicious.
Yeah.
But if they were like, now go on this interview and just start flicking things at yourself, that will do the job. So genius work on the Men in Black, by the way.
I think you might
Stan
be right.
is legit.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to come to your side of things because you're right. There's no other way to make him lose credibility other than to humiliate him in this stupid video.
Right? So, and that's how you know it was the government, because it just worked too good.
I'm impressed with I'm just going to give that a little shot, see if I can flick this other headphone up myself. Oh, yep, no, that's very easy to do. I was impressed by his skill, but clearly it's something we can all achieve. So, yes, poltergeist activity debunked.
This guy has seen shadow people. This guy has had poltergeist activity, alien abductions,
all the things.
Space children, space wives, everything. Like, he is just a paranormal buffet, and I am feasting on this delicious case.
But I'm still confused by his extramarital affair.
That's none of your business. That's their business. You don't have to understand it.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so one of the most interesting things about this case is it started at a very specific time with Stan's first UFO sighting that he caught on film. And the crazy thing about his first UFO sighting is it's a daylight UFO footage that he captured.
Ooh,
it's on the side of a highway. There's multiple witnesses also filming it. And it seems actually like a legitimate sighting. Oh. And I can send that to you so you get your opinion on that.
Okay.
But tell me what you think. Because to me, it seems like Stan saw a UFO, got a little bit of attention, and then just ran with it.
Okay. Okay, I can't tell anymore whether this is going to be a joke or not. But as silly as it is, I'm feeling hopeful. Right. Oh, okay. So we've got him in a car here, driving through some kind of forest. Camera pointed at himself already, which is making me think this is bullshit. But let's play.
There was an object, which I at first thought was some kind of strange hot air balloon.
But in broad daylight, while he was driving his car near Denver's Red Rocks Amphitheater.
As I rolled down the window, it appeared to have noticed be at that point, where it reorientated itself and literally shot up to about 1,000, maybe 2,000 feet in an instant. As I was speeding up, it would speed up.
And what did you capture on videotape that day?
The UFO. Basically, that's what it had to be.
It looks like a fly.
A fly.
Or a chrome spherical thing.
Something, right? So I've watched a lot of UFO videos. I'm pretty good at spotting CGI, even though it's really good. This is definitely not CGI. The other thing that adds some credibility to it is that there are multiple witnesses out there with him. So the same object is filmed from different angles in the same spot. So now that's not saying that Stan didn't make like some kind of drone or something and then staged it for other people to witness. I can't say for sure that it's legit, but I have the feeling that Stan actually did stumble upon a UFO.
Yeah, or something that was kind of hard to explain away or identify. Something, yeah.
Yeah, some kind of unknown. But he got some attention with the footage on the news, and then he just really liked the attention, and I think he just ran with that.
He did not want to give up that 5 minutes. He's like, we can stretch this to at least 15 years of fame if I just keep making the weird shit happen. But he just wasn't very... The problem is he's not very good at acting. He's just not good at... Like, if he had have just filmed and went, you know, like, filmed his window, the alien head pops up, and then he goes like, and gasps, and then drops the camera. Like, classic horror movie found footage thing. Like, maybe that would be, like, enough. But it's the fact that he was like, oh, God, I really need this to work. I really need to put my all into it. And he's like, oh, my God, what is that? It's just so Scooby-Doo.
What the frick? I just like, because to me, he comes across like Michael Scott from The American Office, where he just gets so amped about something. Like, this is what would happen if he actually saw a UFO and then just ran with it. Like, that's what Stan comes across as for me. But this story has a sad ending. In 2014, Stan was arrested for possession of child porn.
Oh,
and
for fuck's sakes.
He blamed those pesky MIBs for setting him up. In fact, you can track down the footage of his arrest on YouTube. And as he's being like led outside in handcuffs, he turns to his wife and says, "We knew this was going to happen, didn't we?"
Oh my God. And she's not playing along with it, is she, still?
She's playing along. I mean, if I was her, I'd be like, I don't know nothing. I'm getting a lawyer.
That must be a 3-person cult, because none of these things make any sense.
But yeah, that's how the government be. You know, he'd be setting you up, you know, putting scandalous images on your computer, you know.
That's a new level of, like, crazy or delusion, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
You want that fame so badly that you make up all this stuff. And then every negative thing that happens in your life...
It's the MIB.
It's the MIB.
Okay, here's the crazy thing. Despite Stan looking exactly like a pedophile...
He does, I'm sorry. I'm so mean.
I think there may be a chance, just because he's so, like, hardcore into it, that he put the child images on his own computer just to give himself more credibility. And I know that sounds bizarre, but like I get the vibe from this guy. When you hear this guy talk, he's something else. And I could see him doing that, and it's insane to think, but it could be true. Just
like any attention by any means possible. Just like, as long as the attention stays on me. Yeah, like, I'm okay. I think he legitimately is just a sex criminal. Like, I just think this man is a crim. He shouldn't be amongst us. Send him away. But also, he is so like, I get what you're saying, like the idea that he's being persecuted by the government for knowing too much, man. But it's just like, he could say that about anything he did. Like, he's clearly going through life doing things wrong and then just blaming the men in black, and it's just disgusting. Oh my God. Why did it have to end like this? We were all having such a good time.
I wanted so bad to find this footage of Stan speaking at a UFO convention, because you can see him clearly just basking in the glow of UFO attention. And he was describing an encounter with the men in black. He said he was riding on his motorcycle. He describes this in the documentary too, so you'll get to hear that. But there's this specific video that I could track down, but it was amazing. He's describing his encounter. These men in black stop him on his motorcycle because he's a badass. And they're like, "You're going to have to stop talking about UFOs." And he's like, what the frick are you talking about? Are you nuts?
Oh my God.
I can't stop talking about this. That's ridiculous. And then he goes on to describe that he has a kung fu fight with the two men in black, and one of them pulls out like nunchucks or something, or like does karate moves. And he's like, and I grabbed a chain. I had a chain on my bike, and I whipped one of them in the face, and I got the other. I probably killed him. I don't know. He's just...
Can you imagine he legitimately is this like badass, violent gangster with that voice? He's actually doing these things. Did you like that? Did you, government?
He really did grow up in the hood.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
And that's my case, so I hope you're convinced now, Linz, because this is a rock solid case.
You know what? I was having fun until until the contents of that man's computer was exposed.
That's fair.
You know, like, I don't understand. Like, I think your theory is right. It's obviously all bullshit. This man is just off the rails. But I think you're right that he did film something that people went, I mean, yeah, that looks weird. Don't know what it is. And he fucking loved it so much. And he found his place. He was like, this is the one place where I can have power, at the UFO convention, because I have had some kind of encounter. And then he was like, it's not enough just to see a UFO. I need to tell these people that I've been abducted. And then he's like, I need more. Loads of people have been abducted. I need a space wife. He does that. And then he's like, loads of men have space wives and 50,000 children.
Oh, yeah. It's 2023, you know.
I'm surprised he didn't say that he was an alien just to get all of the glory. Like, instead of just going, oh, God, I can't believe it ended like that. So he's still alive, right?
He's still alive.
Is he in
I don't know if
prison?
he's still in prison.
Because those sentences tend to be alarmingly short for things like that.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Yeah, I think he might be out, but I don't think he's as active in the UFO community anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when your own people kind of like, you know, cast you out, that's he messed up pretty bad.
Exactly. And like, he must have some kind of restricted access to the internet after he got out for a while. He's probably on it now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
maybe that's why we can't find his album. They just wiped all his content off.
It was the Men in Black. They were like, nope, it's got secret messages in it. Why was he playing some kind of flute?
I don't know. You know. He's an artist.
Oh my God.
He's just an artist, okay? He's a sensitive soul from Compton who just lived a complicated life and is a black belt and killing government agents with his bare hands.
What did he do with the bodies? He just left them?
He left them. He rode away on his motorcycle.
And no one found those? Okay, right.
Of course not. The government would
up.
sweep in and clean that up.
Like they should do a lie detector test about that. Like, did you kill
I
two
think they
FBI
took one of the
agents?
bodies and they put one of the bodies on Somerton Beach and
Stop it.
and another body on another beach.
I haven't thought about beach bodies in a long time. Not beach bodies, like bodies on beaches. Oh God.
I'm working on my beach body right now.
Oh, well, Michael, thank you so much for sharing.
You are quite welcome.
Sharing the life and works of this very interesting individual with the DSR community.
Stanley Tiger Romanek, you were too good to us.
Until the end. But yes, I cannot wait to watch the documentary. I'm definitely going to rent it because I did rent Love and Saucers, which was the David Huggins documentary, which was amazing, by the way. I really
so
enjoyed
romantic.
it. But yeah, plug your socials again before you go. And if you have a song that you want us to play out at the end, feel free to announce that.
For sure. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Septembryo. I'm also on Facebook and, of course, Spotify, Google Play, anywhere you listen to music. And I don't know, should we play my X-Files song?
Yes, perfect.
This is I Want to Believe, and I took the X-Files theme and turned it into a electronic rock song. And I took all the X-Files slogans like "The truth is out there," "Trust no one," "Deny everything," and I made lyrics out of them. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
I know I will.
And this is it.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.